Hi, I'm Dr. Reyna, and I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to Ignite Teachers Toolbox, and I'm looking forward to share with you our experiences in our toolbox, and we hope that by the end of this course, you will be able to ignite all the information and all your knowledge and all your passion that you have as a teacher, as an educator. Okay, thank you so much. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So we all know what does it take to get a successful student. You have been a teacher for many years, many of you for years on end. Many of you are at the end of your career. Some of you are starting, but all of you went to school to learn what is it required for a student to be successful. And you have that knowledge, but we're not going to talk about that right now because this is uncertain times, and uncertain times call for uncertain measures, and that's what we're doing right here. What we are going to do in this class is we're going to enhance your message with improved understanding with the proper use of visual aids. We will make every virtual experience an interactive and compelling and productive. So what is student engagement, you ask? And so student engagement refers to the degree of attention, curiosity, interest, optimism, and passion that the student shows when they are learning or when they're being taught by you. When you are teaching them and they are engaged, they're paying attention, you see that spark in their eye, that's engagement. That's when you know that they are listening to what you're saying and that what you are teaching, it's making an impact, it's making a difference in those children. Okay. So there's 5 levels of engagements that we are aware of, and you know all the levels of engagement. We are authentic, high level, motivated, and then the last one is rebellion, where they're completely disengaged. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to participate, and they're like just creating destruction in the classroom, right? Right now, they don't create destruction because they are in a different house. They are in a different area. They don't have a student next to them they can distract. But what they do is they block the camera so you can't see them. You don't know if they're there or not, right? So how does a engaged classroom look like? And we have some examples right here. An engaged classroom is someone that is participating. You see them, they're moving up their hands, they're raising up their hands, they're right there. At least the camera is on, right? Like all of you, I can see all of you right there. All your cameras are on. I can see your beautiful faces. And so thank you so much for being here. So we see, put me something in the chat room if you are here, and say something. I just want to make sure that you are here. Okay, so then I can see you though participating, so thank you. So then we have compliant classroom and then completely off-track classroom. And how does that look like, right? So we have here our model student. We have here our student who has a desk, has a computer. You know, this is the model student. We're not focusing on our students who have siblings at the house, who don't have a computer, who don't have internet. We're talking about low-hanging fruit here. We're talking about our model student. If we are not engaging our model students, we are definitely not engaging all of our other students. We're not engaging our special ed. Our English learners are definitely not engaged. So that's why I have this model student in here, because if we can engage this model student, we can move on to engage our other students, right? But if we cannot even reach out to our model student, then there's no sense, right? So that's the goal here. So here you are, a teacher with a classroom, and if you see the faces of your students, they're all like confused, they're like, what's going on? That's not a sight that any teacher wants to see. Say yes. Type yes in the chat room if that is not something that you want to see. Or no, you know, whichever one. Do you want to see something like this? No, right? This is what we want to see, right? This is a screenshot of one of my prior classes. When everybody's giving me a high five, give me high five so I can take a screenshot as well. There you go. Perfect. So This is what we want to see. But how does a teacher prepare his or her classroom for learning? That is a question, right? Communication, as we learn, has evolved. Before we had the students in the classroom, we were able to tap on their shoulders, we were able to raise our hands, we were able to raise our voice, and we captured their attention. Communication has evolved a 2.0. Now you have to talk to them, you have to make sure they see you, they have to make sure they hear you, and you have to say it all over again to capture their attention. So communication has evolved. And with that in mind, we have come up with a toolbox that is going to help us bring the attention of our students. We're going to communicate now with them. So by bringing their attention and by moving and using visual aids. So the first thing that we're going to learn how to do in our toolbox is the breathing exercises. The breathing exercises is an exercise that you do with your students where you teach them how to breathe and using their fingers at the same time. Okay, there's a video at the end of this program that has detailed instructions on how to make and how to teach your students to do this breathing exercises. But mainly is this: you breathe in when you go into your hands and you breathe out when you go out. So we're going to practice just for a little bit. So take your hands up and go in, out, in, out. Okay, as your students are doing the breathing, you are asking them to think of something that makes them happy. Basically, something that they are grateful for. And I'm going to ask you to do the same. For me is I am so grateful that you are here listening to this class. I'm super grateful. Thank you so much. As your students, they continue to breathe, because breathing and thinking can be done at the same time, right? Say yes. Okay. Say yes if you agree. We can breathe and think at the same time. So we can think of something that makes us happy, and as they are thinking and breathing, you start to give them instruction about the class. So today, we're going to learn about addition. By the end of today, all of you will know how to add and subtract. Okay, so that's what we do as part of the breathing exercises. Okay, so we do, that's what we call priming. And that's a simple exercise that you do in the beginning of the class so that the students can get all the oxygen, they can get moving, and they can get mentally prepared for the class. Okay, and that's something that you already do in the classroom. You already have outlined what they're going to learn. You already know what you're going to teach for the whole year. You're like super prepared. I'm impressed with all of you. That is something that you already do. So, but now, because we are in a new era of virtual learning, we need to emphasize communication times two. So the only way to bring that attention to us is to breathing. There's some studies that highlight the benefits of breathing, and we're only going to focus on the last one of the 4 studies that I found, which is breathing boosts oxygen levels in the brain. The higher the oxygen levels in the brain, the better that you can focus and stay alert. And that is the purpose of doing the breathing exercises, because you are adding oxygen into the lungs every finger. So you're breathing, not just doing your regular breathing in out, you're stacking up the oxygen. So more oxygen goes in. So if you breathe by 4, you're going 1 in. So you see, you're like completely fill up. Then you let go all of it out at the same time. And then you do it again. And then you're going to do it for a couple of minutes. So then you're going to have all this oxygen in your brain, and your students are going to be like ready to be focused and stay alert on what you have to teach them, right? So then oxygen and what the movement is doing, well, now they're focused, they are alert. So now the movement is helping them with their kinesthetic memory, and they're helping them with the balance. They are supporting awareness, They have more interactions. They're able to communicate better. And movement supports literacy. That's like this study, according to early childhood IE, that's what movement does to our students. So that's why it's breathing, moving, it's going to have, because children need movement to develop balance, and that's what we want. So that's just in the beginning of your class, and then boom, you have your class ready to be with you and pay attention. And that's the purpose of doing just that little exercise. Another thing that some of our teachers have suggested, and that's where the Facebook group is so helpful, because you will find so many tools in there what other teachers are using, and they're using hand signals to communicate through Zoom, so that they mute all of our students and they use their hand signals if they are answering yes, and if they're answering no, or if they need help, or if so it's like different ones. So here's a sample of all the different ones. So this is help, this is yes, on.
Mom,
Yes. Hello.
Mom.
Yes,
Where are you?
I'm here. Why?
You're at the house?
In my apartment.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. You want to come in?
Actually, wait, no, I'm not there. I'm actually at the house. But who's there?
Who's where?
At your apartment.
Nobody. Why?
Oh, okay.
We're recording. I'm not, if you're here, let me know. So did you
No,
put
I'm not, I'm not.
did you put in your chain?
Yeah, I like the chain. It's nice. Thank you.
Okay. Make sure you send me a picture when you put it on to see it.
I was just thinking. I'm
What?
thinking of a lot of things, but I don't know what I'm gonna do first.
Why?
Like, because I'm thinking of a lot of things in the future that I want to do. I don't,
Like what?
I know it's good to draw it out, like what you're supposed to do. Like, I want to do it in a line, like step by step.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, like, first thing I want to do is, like, get a job, start this, like, already, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, I can't wait no more. But I have to, because I want it to be better.
Yes. So I have a question for you. So the apartments right here, they have a 2-bedroom apartment. So I'm going to be moving to a 2-bedroom apartment. So you will have a room of your own whenever you want to come and spend the night with me.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Which apartment?
the same apartments. It's like just like across from where I am. Yeah. So that way, like in days that you want to work on your coaching or anything like that, like like help, I can help you like call clients or anything like that, and you want to spend a day or the night, or or you want to come over with some friends, whatever. It's like you're gonna have your own room. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the people are moving this next month in October. So I'm gonna ask them if I can move in October over there. So the only thing that I will need for you to go with me to the furniture store so that I get the kind of bed and the stuff that you like for that room.
I think I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, no, but that's why like I wanted to ask you if you thought that was good.
I just, I'm 170 now.